Welcome back. More The Magical Turnabout. Last time, trial happened. Met the prosecutor. It's voiced by Matthew Mercer. They're very religious. They hit beads at me. Bonnie's 2 people. And that's been your recap of the entire last case. What's going on? Oh, also they think Trucy totally did it. Again. Oh. Yeah. Phew, that was hairy. Tell me about it. We barely made it through by the skin of my teeth. I can't say I'm crazy about that prosecutor Sadmati either. You know, with the way he says, let it go and move on, as if it's nothing. I'm gonna get arrested. We're gonna be in debt. Let it go and move on, huh? Oh boy, am I interrupting the secret conclave of villains or something? Get the fuck out of here. No one invited you. Get lost. Got your next evil scheme in the works already? What do you want? Keep making that face, champ, and everybody's gonna change the channel. Look this way, Trucy. Now smile for the camera. Let's see those pearly whites. Isn't that what the Grammar Creed tells you to do? She's about to shove that camera into your face. Into your glasses. How's it feel, Trucy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of Troop Grammary? No! Go away, you creep! Oh, what's this? Something just charged into frame. It looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Trucy's pet? Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get that bailiff? Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. Huh? Wait, did he just do a magic trick? What happened to the camera? It just disappeared right before our very eyes. Oh yeah, I know he has something to do with magic. I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show from the gallery. I put out a call for Trucy's fans to come and support her earlier, by the way. Bet I'll get some great footage out of them. It's gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. He called in some of Trucy's fans? For what purpose? Apollo. That thing Mr. Ritten said. What? That was some high-level sleight of... Oh, just did. That was some high-level sleight of hand. Huh? Why would he know how to do something like that? I mean, he did put up that charcoal paper in between the contracts. I don't know. But he definitely has some serious magic skills. No way. I thought he said magicians were all a bunch of good-for-nothings. Mr. Lawyer? Oh, hey, yo, what up? Are you the evil one or the good one? I think you're the good one. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Can I help you with something? Well, there's something that's been bothering me. Really? What is it? Well, you see... Hey, dummy! What are you whispering to Lobster Boy about? Betty... Who do you think you are? Are you crazy? You want a piece of this? You know you have to talk to me first before you do or say anything, you harebrain. Shut your mouth, you dumb bunny. Come with me now. No, she had information. God damn it. I wonder what was bothering her. There's no way we're finding out with Betty constantly hovering over her like that. Court is about to reconvene. Will you be alright testifying? Yes. It's just... I wonder what Mr. Rettens has up his sleeve. I thought he's bringing in actual fans. Yeah, probably not. I wonder what he has up his sleeve too. He better not be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now, of all times. That's what you say you're... Yeah, alright, I was about to say, that's what you say you're fine, buddy. You're Trucy right, and you'll be fine! Oh! There goes Apollo with his best trick. That's right. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always tell myself I'm fine. Alright, I'll give it a try. I'm Trucy Wright, and I'm fine. Thanks, Polly. I think I can do this now. That'll go. Good luck up there in the stand. You'll do great. Thanks. I'll be fine. I can do this. Alright, Justice. You can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial. Rest of the trial. April 28th. District Courthouse. Blah, 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 blah.
Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand.
Trucy Wright. Magician.
Here comes a lawyer. The deceitful witch. Draw the murderers in jail. Last member of the criminal troupe.
Ooh. You guys suck.
Order! The gallery will be quiet while we have you all thrown out on the spot.
God damn. What the fuck? This all sucks. What's with all the hecklers? I bet they're the fans Mr. Retton's invited. What a grade A jerk. Well, he's not gonna psych us out.
Now then, Mr. Wright. Oh, Miss Wright, sorry, I'm so used to talking to your dad. You know how it is. Anyway, this court would like to know if you switched from the steel sword to a rubber one on stage. So please testify about this issue.
She's just gonna try to trick us again with her magic. Hurry up and convict her already.
Give it a death penalty. What was that? Is that fucking Papyrus in the stands? Papyrus would never.
Silence! All of you! I won't tell you again. Miss Wright,
Do you feel able to testify? Yes. I'm fine, Your Honor. Trucy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through with this. I'd like to make a small request. How about instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened? Would that be alright, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourselves. Oh? In spite of everything, she's still smiling. The grammary way. Our Trucy sure is amazing, isn't she? She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the troop grammar creed even now. She really is something else. It's showtime for magical girl Trucy Wright. Watch carefully now, everybody. It's time for the magical girl act. The witness testimony is a magic show. Fantastic. Stupendous sword switch. Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword. Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp the blade truly is. That is a blade. See that? No tricks or gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and... Presto, Sordo! There. I switched it. And now... Hup! Bam! It is indeed a rubber sword. As you can see, the blade is not steel, but rubber.
fantastic! Bravo, Miss Wright!
Yay! Wow, she switched them in a flash!
How can you do it all?
She's completely turned the room around. Hecklers have been drowned out by all the cheering.
Where did the steel sword vanish off to, Miss Wright? In order to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us if you would. I'm not asking out of mere curiosity, just so you know.
I usually hide the steel sword backstage when I switch them during the show.
So when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage, but behind the curtain.
Exactly. So you see, there is a trick and a gimmick to it after all. And as for where the steel sword went when I performed a trick just now, it's a secret. Wouldn't want to spoil the magic for you now, would I?
Ho 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 ho.
That's our trucy. Yeah, still. Miss Wright, that part where you spun around, that's an actual part of the sword switching trick you do for the show, right? Right. The other parts, like the apple, were just to help with my explanation here in court. That's funny. I think I found an inconsistency in her testimony. He's standing there. And it looks like I'm not the only one. I don't know what it's doing there, but now that I've found it, I have to get to the bottom of it.
Now then, Mr. Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness. But try not to ask dumb questions and spoil this wondrous magic.
I thought this was supposed to be my cross-examination.
Don't spoil the magic, Apollo. God.
I say as I press every statement.
Hold it!
Hold it! Please be careful, Miss Wright. Your dad will kill me if I let you die by a sword. Don't worry, I practiced the trick 1,000 times. That's right, Apollo. You have to give Trucy some credit. She knows what she's doing. I know, but it still makes me nervous every time. That's what magic is all about. A truly great magician can make her audience experience all kinds of thrills and chills. I guess you're right. I better try not to interrupt her too much while she's doing the trick. I don't want to distract her or break her concentration. Back to the exciting world of magic. Does that mean I shouldn't press her? Although I feel like I want to. What if there's a trophy in pressing her and gets her killed? Goodness. Miss Wright! Please don't swing that big dangerous thing around. Somebody could get hurt. Apollo! Please don't shout when I'm swinging said blade around. Somebody could get hurt. Yeah, sorry about that. I couldn't help myself. Huh. You should know better than to talk to me when I'm on stage.
Mr. Justice, I'll see you in my chambers after court is adjourned.
Uh-oh. I don't suppose somebody could make me disappear before that happens. Let's just watch quietly, shall we, Apollo? And now back to the show. Oh no. I gotta just keep pressing everything. Very sharp sword indeed.
Hold it!
Is it so sharp? So it's definitely a real sword, right? Now, Apollo. I know you're excited, but you have to control yourself.
Mr. Justice, if you needlessly interrupt this wonderful magic show again, I will be forced to bring my very real gavel down on your head.
Uh-oh. The judge seems completely taken in by Trucy's magic. Yeah, it's like she casts a magic spell over him. I'd better not interrupt her anymore. There's no telling what the judge might do to me.
Miss Wright, please ignore any further outbursts from Mr. Justice and proceed with your spectacular trick.
All right, then. Here I go, then. Watch as I take this sword. Hang on a second. Oops. I did it again. I've had it up to here, Apollo. Can't you listen quietly like a big boy? Sorry about that. I got a little too worked up. Apollo. Now, boys and girls, watch carefully and please don't kick the seat in front of you. I'll now take the sword and... I feel like he's gonna kill me. How? How did you switch it? So you switched the swords when you spun around just now? That's right. It's the same way I do in the trick in the actual magic show too. But I'm also doing a lot of extra things that I don't do during the show right now though. The key point is the sword switching. If only we could prove she did it during the actual show too. Alright, prove that she switched them during the show. What's the matter, Apollo? You look troubled. Oh, it's nothing. Uh-oh, this is quite the pickle. How should I go about handling this?
Miss Wright, please continue with your trick before I bash Apollo's skull in.
So if you all witnessed me switching the swords. Hup. Oh my god, it's dangerous! Watch out! Ah! What do you think you're doing, Apollo? But you were putting yourself in danger. I couldn't just stand by and not say something.
Mr. Justice, you're putting your head in danger of meeting my gavel.
Apollo, you better apologize before you become this case's next victim.
I'm very sorry, everyone. How did it come to this?
Alright, boys and girls, if you want to ask for an encore, wait until the end, okay? Now then, my sword was as sharp as steel just moments ago, but... as you can see, the blade's not sealed by rubber. How? How did you do it? Wow, that's incredible! What in the world did you switch them? Huh? I just explained that. Could you show it to me again? Sure. But remember, a magician doesn't usually share her secrets. So this is a very special exception. And I'm very grateful for your generosity, believe me. I better take a good hard look at the instant she switches the swords. Even though she explained how she does it, I still can't see her do it. It blows me away no matter how many times I watch. Yeah, me too, but... what is it, Apollo? Did you notice anything about the way Trucy moves during the trick? You mean like her movements? I don't get it. What's the real story, Trucy? Woo. I've switched it. In the video. Where's the video? This one. I'm gonna watch this video a lot, aren't we? Can't we fast forward through this? So it's a very dainty swirl of the sword. Poop. There she is. She didn't turn around. But she did do a flourish. I guess we could do this one. Objection! Objection! Miss Wright, there's something I'd like to confirm with you. What is it, Apollo? There seems to be a discrepancy between the way you performed the trick for us just now and the way it appears in the show footage. You didn't do a little spin. What? But that can't be. I performed exactly the same way both times. What's going on here? Miss Wright, I have the show footage right here. And the part where you twirl your cape around is missing from it. What? But I did it. So, it really is the exact moment you switch the swords. Yes, that's right. It's edited! Got edited footage! Bastards! This motherfucker is like 15 steps ahead of... oh, he's definitely the murderer. I was like 99% sure. He's like 100% sure now. This motherfucker is just like, yeah, here's the footage from the show. From the camera dude. He edited the fucking footage. God damn it. I knew it. Can we check for doctoring? Well, I certainly never expected the defense to expose the accused's lie for me.
Mr. Justice, does this mean you're arguing that the defendant did not swap the swords during the actual magic show?
No, Your Honor. That wasn't my intention. I mean, I did swap them. I know I did. I'm absolutely sure of it.
Objection.
Human memory is unreliable at best. But in this case, I'm afraid that it is the witness herself who cannot be trusted. We can see the footage for ourselves. The claims of this witness are false. But...
No buts!
now that it has been proven that the accused did not swap the swords, it means that the use of the steel sword to pierce the coffin was wholly intentional.
Look! That is Gurk. Gurk.
Thank you for redeeming the water points. Apollo has turned into a frog. And by the way, was it not you, Mr. Justice, who argued that Mr. Roos's death was not an accident, but murder? I assume you have no objections to that still. It was, after all, your own assertion. The defense? Objection. The defense has an objection. To you, Mr. Apollo Justice. What the fuck are you doing? I demand you withdraw your discrepancy you pointed out just now. There is a discrepancy, and it must mean something. I'm sure of it. There's also a discrepancy on this person posting cheap viewer. Get out of here, bot. I'm busy playing Phoenix Wright.
Would the defense team kindly save their spot until after court is adjourned? Now, after all this debate, it seems we've come back around to the original argument. The defendant knew about the prank plan that would place the victim inside the coffin. What's more, the defendant did not perform the sword-switching trick on stage.
Through her actions, I'm afraid I have come to see the true intentions of the accused. Her murderous intentions.
It's such a shame.
But I did switch the swords. I swear. You need to keep it in it now, Justice.
Oh my god, I can't believe she didn't switch the sword.
Hold it.
Bonnie, please, help.
Excuse me?
Let's see, you are... which one again? Benny? No, that's not right. Barty!
It's Bonnie. You were mixing the two names together, Your Honor.
Oh, pardon me. And do you have something you wish to say, Bonnie?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to testify.
About what?
The more I think about it, the less possible it seems. I don't believe Trucy killed Mr. Roos. Bonnie? Hold it! Hey, what's the big idea? Such an incredibly gifted and talented magician would never commit murder. I refuse to believe it. What are you talking about, you harebrained hare? You keep your traps shut. I got a bag of baby carrots for you, so chew on those and pipe down. Oh, she's about to say no. No, I won't be quiet. What's the matter with you? Didn't you hear me? Trudy said something to me once. Huh? She said, no matter how scared you get, no matter how mean people are to you, you can't give in or give up. That's what being a professional magician is all about. Isn't that right, Trucy? That's right, Bonnie. I've always been afraid to stand up to Betty. Afraid to defy her. So I did what she said. But when I saw Trucy today, she gave me strength.
Oh, this was like 10 minutes ago, but okay. Yeah, look at her. A smile.
No matter how dark things get, she brings down razzle dazzle.
Seeing her courage, the way she kept smiling despite everything. She's just incredible. So I'm not gonna run away. I'm scared, but for once, I'm going to be brave.
What are they talking about?
What have you done to my sister, Trucy, right? You practically brainwashed her. It's the power of Trucy's conviction. That's what it is. It's touched Bonnie's heart. Yeah, Trucy really is one magical girl. Bonnie, is the topic of your testimony related to that thing that was bothering you? The thing you tried to tell us about in the lobby during the recess? Yes. Ever since I saw the show footage, something's been nagging at me. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something is off. I feel like something about it is different from what I saw on the stage.
What do you mean about that, Bonnie?
I wonder if what was shown on TV is really the same as what happened on stage.
Objection.
Of course it is. The show has only been performed once, after all. I can't show anything other than what happened on that stage yesterday.
Objection!
But Bonnie's testimony deserves our attention. We have to examine the show footage.
But what can we check it against? Do you have some other footage of the show?
Well, I have some show footage.
You do? You do?
One of the TV station's cameramen said he was a fan of mine. He kept his camera on me throughout the entire show. Oh, that was the different dude. And then afterward, he gave me the footage he'd shot as a present. It was very disturbing.
He did?
To tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of creepy, so I was gonna get rid of it.
Hold it. Understandable. But please submit the footage to the court. Oh, Paul, we're going a little hard on this footage. Maybe we can tone it down a bit. Now then, let's take a look at this new footage. I'm very disturbed with what this is going to be. Bloop. It's flying. Oh my god, damn it all. Why? At least it's mostly above the way. No, it's pretty creepy, yeah. Wait, maybe we could see Trucy do the little spin. Will you pull goddamn coffin in the way? Huh? Oh, the cards were for added, like, effect for the spin. And then the camera fell down. What? Wow. Oh, okay then. That's just... God, this is just... he really did keep the camera on Bonnie the whole time, didn't he? Wow, Jesus.
I think this cameraman needs to keep his personal feelings out of his work.
I think this cameraman needs to be fired.
Well, Vance, after showing that, I really have nothing to say about that other than, do you still believe this new show footage is worth inspecting?
Of course I do.
Okay. So, how are we going to go about this? Let's try comparing the two. We just might find an inconsistency between them. An inconsistency, huh? Yes, the two pieces of footage are of the same scene, so they should match up. But Bonnie felt there was something off about the original footage. So if we pick out what's different between the two, we'll know what Bonnie found strange. Exactly. Plus, we may figure out why the original doesn't show the sword switching trick. Your Honor, the defense would like to compare these two pieces of show footage.
Very well. I will allow it.
What a waste of time. Apollo, do you know how to compare the two pieces of footage?
No, I've never done it before. This is a mechanic?
I'll give you a lesson then. Use the video player's buttons to go through the footage. When you want to speed through, use circle to use the fast forward button. And if you want to go back, press square for the rewind button.
Oh, so you know what fast forward and rewinding is.
Oh, okay, so it's a little weird that you don't know that when I have to look at people's fucking tells. You want to halt the playback? Just use the pause button. Oh, and but by the way, if you fast forward or rewind when the playback is paused, you can do slow frame by frame playback. Okay. And so how do I switch between the two videos? Just use the switch camera button with the L1. Now, if you find a difference between the two pieces of footage, put the cursor over what's different and press triangle to present it to court. Thanks, Lena. You really know your stuff. Not really. I just gave it some gusto and then blowing my gut on most of it. What? I'm sure hoped she guessed right. It's like, I don't know, I just made everything up. I said fucking video game buttons. We're not in a video game Apollo. Anyway, let's give it a try. Nope. Well, the cards. Does the cards come here? No, the cards go right around. Take that! The card, there it is. This is it, right here. Take a good look at this scene and compare it to the video shot from the front.
Oh, the playing cards don't appear in the video shot from the front.
Hey, you're right. What's going on here? Miss Wright, what can you tell us about these playing cards? Oh, those? They're the cards I draw when I do the sword switching trick. What?
Mr. Justice, does this mean also why did you do the card draw in the courtroom?
Yes, it means the sword switching trick was cut from the TV show footage. So the footage was edited. Yes, with malicious intent. That is absurd.
Well, we must get to the bottom of this right away. Bailiff, the TV station might still have the unedited footage. Go see what you can find out.
Yes, Your Honor. Hold it! It's him. He's gonna come in and talk. It's Jackass. Oh my god. What are those shoes? Look at those JPEG-ass shoes. You got the opposite of Tim's. It's you.
Now, hold up, Your Honor.
This is all a big misunderstanding, believe you me. Give a guy a chance to defend himself before you start pointing fingers.
And who might you be?
Right. Sorry about that. I had myself there. Roger Tins. He's my business card. Charmed to make your acquaintance, Your Honor.
Oh, well, how very polite of you.
It's lovely to meet you too, Prosecutor Sapmati. Please, take my card. A business card? Ah, yes, I read about this custom among businessmen in this country. I have even familiarized myself with the various replies. How do you do, good sir? Or, what's crack-a-lackin' on me? For example. Please no.
Oh ho! You're from Take-Two TV. Are you a witness? Come to think of it, I believe I've seen you on television before.
Yes, Roger Rettins, otherwise known as the Ratings Raja. He's a TV producer and appears on many of the shows of late. He's best known for his catchphrase, "Hang loose, baby."
Oh my! So you're the Ratings Raja?
Hang loose, judgy baby. Nice aquarium we got here.
I never thought I'd get to meet you in person. But Prosecutor Sadmati, how do you know so much about him?
In preparation for the case, I watched all of his shows. I found the ratings Raja goes to Burger Bar of particular interest. What the fuck are you talking about, man? What? It inspired me to visit that restaurant straight away to learn more about the local cuisine. Top chef food. Delicious.
What? You went to Burger Barn?
Who would have thought? You must have really wanted to try it, huh, buddy? Because that line, phew. Compared to my ascetic training, an hour's wait is nothing. I recommend the Southwestern burger with jalapeno jack cheese, by the way. Oh my god. What are we doing here? Else you're making me hungry. I have a really hard time picturing him in line for burgers. Oh, I want to see someone's fan art of this motherfucker in line for the Southwestern burger with jalapeno with jack cheese. Him and Maya would be great friends.
Prosecutor Sadmati's unexpected enthusiasm for food aside, Mr. Rettens, what is the misunderstanding you mentioned?
Well, for starters, it's true that the footage was edited. I get your hands on this anyway, so I might as well show you the unedited footage. It's a pretty long video, so I'll just show you the part with the playing cards. You can see the cards when Tracy spins around, so keep your eyes peeled. There it goes. See, she does a spin. You see that part that was cut where Juicy switched swords? She spins around and the playing cards go flying. Everything that's like it's supposed to be.
Then it seems the defendant really did swap swords during the trick.
Which means the sword Miss Wright thrust into the coffin was the rubber one. In other words, Miss Wright couldn't have killed Mr. Roos. Hold it. Hold it. You see, that's the first misunderstanding right there. What do you mean? Well, Juicy definitely did swap swords, as you saw. So yeah, maybe she didn't kill Mr. Roos when she stabbed the coffin, but that just means he was killed after he showed up pretending to be a corpse. So you're saying that up until that point, everything was going according to script? If that's true, then when and how exactly do you think he was killed? It was after the dragon set piece came crashing down. I said Juicy murdered Mr. Roos when she was hidden from view behind the set piece. Shit. A reasonable idea. She could easily done it behind that huge dragon, so nobody be the wiser. I see. Indeed, there is a ring of truth in your assertion. You bet. Plus, there is a suspicious looking shadow in the footage too. It's toward the end of the footage, just before the dragon hits the stage. It might be easier to see it for yourselves. Oh yeah, I've seen the shadow. It's like, oh my god, this person's dead. What? And there it is. It's only for a split second, so it's hard to catch, but look here. There it is. This suspicious shadow must be Juicy. She's using the steel sword she hid behind the curtain during the trick to kill the victim. What? How is that? How is that any of that? It's like a Rorschach test, blot test. It's like, oh, I actually, in this shadow, I see Juicy with the candlestick maker and killing the butler.
Now that you mention it, I suppose it does look that way.
Objection. This witness is just trying to ram his theory down our throats, Your Honor. And that's not all. Aren't we forgetting? Sam, that the witness willfully edited the sword switch out of the footage. Hold it! You see, there's your second misunderstanding right there. Your Honor, would you mind if I testified about it? I've seen people testify on TV, and I always wanted to give it a shot.
That would be fine with me. Prosecutor says Marty.
This is quite unexpected. It threatens to disrupt the karmic course of this case. Hey, line up, pretty boy. You're gonna like what I've got to say. Promise. Very well. However, if you do anything to impede the last rites for the victim, I will have you removed. I'm about to find a contradiction in his statement right now.
All right. With Prosecutor Submarty's permission, please give us your testimony, Mr. Rettens.
Roger Rettens. The ratings, Roger. Now, Kaiser of the courtroom. I'm taking over the floor, so listen up, loyal viewers. God, what is this jackass gonna say? Footage is meant to be edited, I tell you. Scenes are spliced together, and long or boring scenes are cut out. Boring? She did a spin with cards! All the stations edit footage this way. It wasn't like it was done maliciously or something. It was just a coincidence that particular scene was cut. It wasn't intentional. Or what? You got some proof that I had an ulterior motive for editing that footage?
I see. So you're saying it was a coincidence that the sword swapping scene was cut?
That's right. Glad you got the picture.
Objection!
Objection! Coincidence? That's just a little too convenient if you ask me. Oh, an objection. Oh, I only see these things back in the day. How cool. It sure packs a lot more of a punch when you hear it live. Do that again. I want to get another shot from a different angle. My objection is not for your entertainment. You just did that. And cut. There. I got some good stuff there.
Mr. Rettens, filming is prohibited inside the courthouse.
Whoops. My bad, Judge.
And if the defense has an issue, it can point it out during the cross-examination.
Sure, I will begin to do that. Give it a shot.
Hold it!
Hold it. Really? I've never heard anybody say that. It's common knowledge in the TV world.
Don't you fly your money at me?
Got any idea what a snooze cruise it'd be to watch a magic show without editing? A magic show like that one, anyway. That was ice cold. Anyway, editing is what makes TV worth watching.
Hold it!
Are you saying you thought there were boring scenes in Miss Wright's magic show?
You gotta ask. That script and presentation deserve a place on the cutting room floor.
Broadcasting that mess as is would have been a complete disaster. That's why I had to edit the footage. It's just what a TV man does. Wait, what didn't you like about the show exactly? The whole thing. It was a major snooze fest. Maybe common folk like you don't get it. It's just only as good as how loud and flashy and trashy it is. It was plenty loud and flashy on its own. All you did was add the trash. I suppose each industry has its own way of doing things. Just as we in the legal profession focus exclusively on evidence and testimony. Exactly! When it's showbiz or legal biz, we do what we gotta do to get the job done. Now, editing footage is just a matter of course in the TV industry.
Hold it!
You suppress everything. It wasn't done maliciously, huh? But I get the distinct impression that you bear feelings of ill will toward Troop Grammary. Huh? What makes you think that? Things you say, the things that you yourself have said. You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. I'll prove those grammar magicians aren't all a bunch of lowlifes. And I also get the impression that you felt this way for a long time. Objection. Words such as those can be interpreted in many different ways.
What? What interpretation do you mean?
For example, though I bear the defense no ill will, I would not hesitate to say that he is a good-for-nothing lout of a lawyer.
You bear me no ill will? Could have fooled me.
And yet, it is the truth. I am only strict on you, as it seems you have strayed from the path.
Wait. If you have any objections, Mr. Justice, please make your case with evidence in the future. Mr. Rettens, please continue your testimony.
But he said it. He said he hated the Grammarys.
Hold it!
Of all the scenes you could have cut, why the sword switching trick? It seems like too much of a coincidence for me.
Oh, so now you're gonna tell me how I'm supposed to edit my programs, Big Shot? So I believe in being the boss, kid. You gotta make the tough choices, like which cotton gets cut.
Then let me ask you this.
Why exactly did you make such a tough choice in this case?
You wouldn't understand, champ. It's all about the artistic vision.
I tell you, people tell you how to do your job when they don't know the first thing about it.
I may not know TV, but I know evidence law. And boy do I have some for you, champ. I might not be able to show that your selective editing was intentional. However, I know you bear the defendant ill will, and this is the evidence that proves it. Alright, let's see. Cancelled. The second party will pay $3 million as compensation to the first party. That could be evidence, but I mean, guy could just talk his way out of that. You could put the clipboard up. There's a prank plan script.
Take that!
Not this clipboard, huh? What's that you got there? This is the contract you had Miss Wright sign just before the magic show. This contract between the first party, Take-Two TV, and the second party, Miss Wright, reads: if, through the fault of the second party, the show must be cancelled in part or in full, the second party will pay $3 million as compensation to the first party.
$3 million? That's like 200 million yen.
Judge, the yen is falling. That's actually way more.
Oh my god, 300 million yen. That's insane. That's a completely unreasonable sum.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And of course, Miss Wright doesn't have that kind of money. Nevertheless, Roger Rettens had her sign this unreasonable contract anyway. Or more accurately, he conned her into signing it.
Conned her?
How did he do that? There's a trick to the clipboard that was used by Miss Wright to sign her contract. It houses carbon paper that can secretly copy her signature onto other documents.
Oh, come on now. That's quite a nasty accusation you're slinging my way.
For starters, you don't have any proof I had anything to do with that carbon paper stuff.
Just because Juicy and her agency can't pay up, that doesn't mean I conned her. $3 million. That's totally out of reach for the average person. In any case, this is important new information. Please add it to your testimony, right, Mr. Rettens?
Where's your proof linking me to that tricked out clipboard? You don't have any, do you? Proof that he's linked to clipboard. I mean, there's that, but Is that... This doesn't really link to him. After capturing a big bit of Trucy's reaction on film, Mr. Russo will come back to life, laughing and flying up in the air, causing another round of applause. It's not linked to the clipboard itself, unless there is some symbol on it. Trucy's statement, the contract. I mean, you have your signature, so. I mean, the contract though is, you could argue that it's not connected to contract. It's just a clipboard anywhere. You can find that clipboard anywhere, basically. Mr. Ruse, Betty the Fam. Huh. We could just try the fact that your signature is on it. I mean, that's all I got. I mean, I would present the same evidence, which isn't really a good idea, but whatever. Okay, it's not the okay. Isn't the witness's statement inconsistent with this piece of evidence? No, it is not. No, oh yeah, we read this before. I'm not letting it go. Proof linking me to that tricked out clipboard. You think he's in the audience somewhere? His blood... Oh, his blood is the murder weapon. Being stabbed through the back with a sharp blade. That's a little odd phrasing. His blood is the murder weapon, even though, you know, he got stabbed in the back. The corpse appearing and the set piece falling were staged by Roger Rettens. Try that.
Objection!
I mean, he stopped the entire thing. He stopped it with a prank show. Uh-huh. How about the note?
Objection!
Okay, I'm not really sure how to note. You could, well, you could put her signature on this with the paper. You must be quite the con man if you can fool a magician with a simple trick. But if you think you can con a lawyer, you're very much mistaken. Hey kid, would it kill you to enunciate in front of the camera? You know, like a newscaster. I'd like to take a look at Miss Wright's signature here on this note. Also, you still cannot have a fucking camera in court! Now let's compare that signature to the one on this contract. Identical? Well, would you look at that?
They're exactly the same.
Too identical. That's right, Your Honor. Not just similar, but exactly the same. Nobody can sign their name in exactly the same way twice. Unless it's a copy. These signatures are proof positive that you conned Miss Wright. And they definitely prove your malicious intent. Say, not bad, lawyer guy. Didn't know you had it in you. This is really getting interesting now. He'll get great ratings for sure. He's not breaking down, so he's still confident. Damn it. Don't try to dodge the issue, Mr. Rettens. The fact is that you bear ill will against my client. So the show footage was definitely edited with malicious intentions. Isn't that right? Objection. What a forced argument, defense. It's a little bit of a forced argument, but I'm trying, alright? All you have really proven is not his ill will toward Miss Wright, but his pecuniary greed. That's right. I just wanted money, baby. Fat stacks of cheddar. That's all. After all, I never even crossed paths with Juicy before this magic show. This song is a bop. So I'd have absolutely no reason to bear her any ill will, right? He didn't bear her any ill will, huh? Fat chance. This guy definitely has some major hate for Trucy. You'll see. I'll dig up the dirt and expose the dark heart behind that sweet smile. But his Garammer images, they're a bunch of lowlifes. I can't prove it with anything. The things he said all point to that fact. There must be something between the two of them that gave birth to this grudge. Some sort of connection that not even Trucy is aware of. He's a magician, so that's for sure. I just don't know if he's part of the troupe. Your Honor, I'd like to argue that Roger Rettins and Trucy Wright must have crossed paths before. There must be some hidden connection between them. Hidden? Connection? What is it now?
What are you getting at, Mr. Justice?
It's futile to even ask, Your Honor. Surely it's just another one of the defense's feckless claims. But, actually, let's leave it on this song. As I was on break, I was listening to this song. Feel very good. Such a good rendition of Apollo's theme. Sick as fuck. I know I've talked about it multiple times, but I can't get over the fact how good it is. Alright. Surely it is just another one of the defense's feckless claims. Objection! I have no freckles, so I don't know what you're talking about. Second of all, you don't seem to have a very high opinion of me, but once you hear my argument, you'll wish you'd taken me a whole lot more seriously. Will I really? Very well then. Do proceed. Did you figure something out, Apollo? Nope, not a thing. What? That was just some good old-fashioned bluffing, courtesy of Mr. Wright's fine training. I hope you know what you're doing.
If you're going to make such a bold claim, Mr. Justice, I hope you're ready to elaborate. What is this hidden connection between the defendant and Roger Rettins? He's Trucy's biggest fan. Ew, no! Oh no, it's such a disturbing one that I almost want to do it. I just, oh no. No, I'm gonna go with as a magician too.
That's a sleight of hand trick Mr. Rettins did during the recess earlier. Filming is prohibited. Yeah, this happened before. Do not want to voice it again.
But sleight of hand, bam, vanished.
What if Mr. Rettins is a magician too?
What if? I believe it's up to the defense to fill in the blanks, not me.
Well, if he is, he may have had some contact with Miss Wright somewhere along the way. Objection. Your argument is hardly worth responding to. But by all means, please do continue. As the passage in the sacred scriptures of Quranism states, he who gives a sermon to a monkey is himself a monkey. Yeah, doesn't matter what you say to a dimwit. He isn't gonna get it anyway. Wow, jerk. But we saw Mr. Rettins perform a magic trick. He made his video camera disappear in the blink of an eye. Well, I think it would be pretty funny if I were a magician. You must have been seeing things. Want me to introduce you to a good eye doctor? If a connection as tenuous as that is all it takes, then every magician in the country could potentially bear ill will toward the accused. Yeah, maybe. You've already revealed the sequels to this game. This photo is gonna get longer. There's gonna be other magicians off frame. Just keep getting added in. That's gonna be the next Ace Attorney 7, 8, and 9 will just be multiple different magicians part of the troop Grammary. The person taking the photo, he's a part of it too. Oh god, what if Mr. Renz is actually the person taking the photo? That would be so funny. I guess you're right. You're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, are you, short stuff? You do well to cleanse that putrid mind of yours in the holy waters of Mount Pony. 3 days under a frigid waterfall, and even you should rise to the level of a monkey. A numbskull for a numbskull. You... I'm gassing this motherfucker up every time. I don't need your comments. Well, this numbskull has thick skin, so there. I should do that. That's a good idea. I should charge my phone. So, hang on. I have to check a message real quick. Just an update on my freaking air conditioner. And the update is nothing is updated. Fantastic. Great. Cool. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna melt. I think I can get what they're driving at. Even if he is a magician, it's not exactly a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy, is it? Hold on. I can think of one person. One magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Trucy. Or rather, one magician who has a reason to bear a grudge against Troop Grammary. Oh? No way! Don't tell me. Don't tell me that this motherfucker. It's this motherfucker up there.
Is something wrong, Mr. Justice?
Your Honor, the defense wishes to submit evidence at this time.
I see, and what sort of evidence do you have for us?
Evidence that points to the real killer. The one who had motive to commit this crime.
What?
And what have you come up with this time, defense? Trucy Wright is the sole heir to Troop Grammary and its name. This puts her square in the crosshairs of one particular magician. And this piece of evidence points to that one person with a grudge against Miss Wright. The notebook? I feel like it's this one.
Take that!
That points to the person who has a grudge against Miss Wright? Does it, Mr. Justice?
That it does. And it does it surprisingly well.
Oh? How?
Well, you'll find that out after this short intermission. See you in Act 2! It's how it goes, right?
Keep this up and it's curtains for you, Mr. Justice.
Alright, I guess I won't be seeing you in Act 2 then. God. But you're right, Paul, there is someone who has a grudge against Troop Grammary. I know. To capture a bit of Trucy's reaction on film, Mr. Roos will come back to life, laughing, flying up the air, cause a round of applause. Could be that. Points to the one person with a grudge against Miss... Oh, yeah, it is. The 13-year-old poster.
And who exactly are you naming, Mr. Justice?
13 years ago, the great Mr. Roos belonged to Troop Grammary. But then, the troop ousted him, and Mr. Roos vowed to get revenge on them someday. And what better way to accomplish that than through the ruination of their sole heir?
But Mr. Roos is the victim, Mr. Justice. You've named a dead man as your suspect.
But is he really dead? What?
What do you mean, is he really dead?
If the fact that Mr. Roos is the victim is what's throwing you off, then how about we consider this possibility? Guy standing, some random guy, a schmuck to take the death. What if the man who died on that stage yesterday wasn't Mr. Roos? What? You mean the victim was an imposter? What if it's Mr. Rettens? Rettens is a real-ass person. This guy's just pretending to be him.
No, not Mr. Roos? Then what about the real Mr. Roos?
It would mean that the real Mr. Roos is still alive.
That's absurd.
The people in your department are terrible at doing autopsies.
Mr. Justice, who is this real Mr. Roos, if not the victim of this case?
It's all coming together now. Oh yeah, the plan's coming together. I finally see the gimmick, the trick to this entire case. The ghost trick, as it were. This should explain everything, Your Honor. The real killer, the one who hated Troop Grammary and wanted to sully its name. The magician lurking in the shadows who set up fake Mr. Roos in his stead. The real Mr. Roos is my mentor, Phoenix Wright. It's been a long con all this time. Yeah, no, it's Roger Rettens.
But that's...
Yes. Yes, it is. Roger Rettens is the real Mr. Roos.
What?
I just thought she was doing a yelp. I didn't think she said him. Oh, hollow red pepper, your impotent seeds sprout naught but meaningless, empty words. You can't possibly have proof to support such an outlandish theory. It's not a bad idea for a soap opera. Well, not even our diehard fans of the genre would stick around past the plot, the pilot. You want proof? Well, I've got proof. I can prove it by proving that the Mr. Roos in yesterday's magic show was a fake. And to do that, I just need you to look at this spot on the poster. My god, I didn't even notice it. Goodness. How did I not notice this? How did I not notice the M? What's wrong with me? This is the injury Mr. Roos sustained while practicing a magic trick 13 years ago. However, the video of the victim shot himself shows no trace of that injury.
You're absolutely right!
I'm actually Justice, but okay. Now, Mr. Rettens, what do you suppose we'd find if we took a look at your right forearm? Is there by chance a nasty 13-year-old scar under the sleeve of yours? It's not saying anything. Well, Mr. Rettens, why don't you roll up your sleeve and let the court have a look? Or are you hiding something else up there? Come on now. I have nothing up my sleeve. I don't need to hide anything up there because I require no tricks or gimmicks. But you see, my magic is the real deal. Is this what you were hoping to see? There it is! The scar! Just as I thought. That's right. I am the forgotten magician, abandoned to the dark understage of history. Oh my god, there he is doing the coins! The great Mr. Roos! Whoa! Oh, that's pretty cool. It's totally absurd! No, he did his greatest trick ever. He made the dead rise, bro. How ironic, wouldn't you say? This odious mark carved into me by Troop Grammary would bring me back to the limelight once more. Strange are the comic threads before me. If the witness is the real Mr. Roos, then who's the victim who perished in the magic show? He was but a fan. I met him on one of my programs several years ago. He said he had become a magician out of admiration for the great Mr. Roos. Good God! In confidence, I told him my true identity and let him take on my mantle. You let him take the fall! What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? What? When did this man take over for you? About 2 years ago. I taught him my tricks and even acted as his producer. And so a mere amateur became a popular magician overnight, courtesy of my magic on the stage we call television. Couldn't cover that scar with stage makeup. Shh, Freddy, that would make too much sense. No, don't think about that. Do not think about that at all. They could just cover some of that scar with makeup at all. Also, hello, Verde. Hope you enjoyed the show. You really had us all fooled. Mr. Rettins, or should I say Mr. Roos. In your hatred of Troop Grammar, you killed the victim, Mr. Mystery. And then set up Miss Right to take the fall, didn't you? You did it all just to tarnish the Grammary name. I have no idea what you're talking about, lad. I set up the prank, that much is true, but it is simply a harmless joke, Untrucy, I assure you. Yet she learned of the plan and made use of it to commit murder. That is how strongly the criminal element runs in the blood of these Grammaries.
Objection!
But if it was a secret prank plan that very few people knew about, couldn't you have been the one to use it for murder instead? Whoa, my goodness! Yikes! Dude, what are you doing? Look, just because you can do magic doesn't mean you get to be fancy right now. Just kidding. What the heck was that? Heed my words, loyal lad. For I fear your grasp on reality is slipping. I do believe I told you that my magic is real. It employs neither tricks nor gimmicks. Enough with the ambiguity. Why don't you make your point already? My alibi is as pristine as ever. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Submoddy? Yes, I suppose that is correct. The witness does have a solid alibi. What? Recall, defense, that at the time of the magic show, Mr. Rettins was at Take-Two TV. A fact that many people can easily attest to. That's right, I forgot all about that. So what do you think, Your Honor? Would you like me to testify on the matter?
Yes, I think you'd better. Please tell the court more about your alibi.
I mean, he's a magician. He can do whatever he wants at this point. Very well, then. On with the show! Are you watching? Magnifique Grammary. I like how he says that, and he's looking at fucking fire. The time has finally come for my magic to snuff out your precious pedigree. The Grammary line will be no more. That's pretty raw. It's funny, I went from hating this guy to fucking loving this dude. He's like, my fucking 13-year plan involves all this crazy bullshit. I was at the TV station at the time of the Penrose performance. I was busy working on another TV program. I could spare no time for the magic show. Do ask my staff if you doubt my claim. Why is he just randomly hold fire in that frame? And there it is. Simple and perfect alibi. No tricks, no gimmicks, just the truth. Do you understand now, perhaps? I did not grace the theater with my presence until after the incident, so how could I have committed the murder? Staff did say he was there at the station, so it sure does sound like a rock-solid alibi. But that can't be right. If Mr. Rettens is the killer, he had to have been at the theater. There's gotta be a hole somewhere in his story. I assure you there are no holes on Mr. Roos's stage. No tricks, no gimmicks. True magic doesn't need trapdoors to escape through. Do enjoy my show to the fullest, and my real alibi.
Hold it!
Okay. You there all the time? But you did come to the theater eventually, isn't that right? Indeed. Anxious to see how the show was progressing, I made my way to the theater. Let's see, my journey took about 10 minutes by car. Could he actually have been at the theater during those 10 minutes? Killing the victim? Allow me to stab at reading your mind. He's about to mind freak me right now. Aha! Could I have been at the theater during those 10 minutes? Killing the victim? How in the... Nah, but no. I took a taxi. The driver can attest to that. Feel free to call the taxi company if my word does not satisfy you. The driver is a big fan of the ratings Raja. I even gave him my card. He gave the driver his card? That was very clever of him. You might as well give it up, lad. Questioning real magic is a fool's errand. Besides, you know very well what I was doing at the time of the incident. Oh my god, another TV. What TV program is this? What was the other TV show you were working on? My own special project, you see. One moment. Perhaps this is more appropriate. It's Ratings Raja Special Production. Yeah, hang loose, baby. It's called Desperation Regeneration. He switched personas just to say that? What's the show about? Washed up, has-been singers and comedians get together and play musical chairs. The winner of the game is given a second chance at their career. Oh god. Oh. Sounds better than Squid Games. Count me in. Priceless prize for chumps who washed up too early in life. Sounds great, right? Wait, second chance at the career? What does that even mean? You like give him money, or do you just give him like a spot on a movie or something? Might I suggest you appear on that show, Mr. Justice? What? Dick! As the ex-lawyer who used to make ridiculous bluffs in court and faded sadly into obscurity. That's gonna be you. And let the Ratings Raja produce my TV debut? Not in this lifetime. You have great reactions. Who knows? TV might be your true calling. I'm sorry, you have great reactions. You see that face you do when you're depressed? Hey, whose side are you on? In any case, I was overseeing production of this program during the Penrose performance. I will. What's your staff's number? How do we know those staff members aren't in cahoots with you? I make it my business to perform solo, except for that one fan. My magic has neither need nor want of assistance. After all, one of them could reveal the secrets behind my magic, could they not? So he doesn't trust anybody, huh? He's the complete opposite of Trucy. There were many people in there in that studio audience who saw the witness as well. Even if he had been able to persuade his own staff to cover for him, He could not have convinced so many complete strangers to do the same. He really has made a rock-solid alibi for himself. Yeah, it's almost too good, you know? It's eerie how perfect it is. Yeah, no, it's like one of those mobster alibis who, like, when they're accused of murdering somebody, and then they just, on that night, they just deliberately go up to people and is like, hey, yo, it's me, fellow mobster. It's good to see ya. I'm totally right here at this time. And just constantly saying what time it is. Like, I'm right here. I'm not doing anything illegal. And this motherfucker talked to everybody along the way. Just like, yep, it's me, the ratings Raja. Has all been revealed to you now?
Hold it!
It's gotta be a trick. I got it. Do you have a brother? We're gonna do this one? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do this. Why not? 2 sets of twins. A brother that looks exactly like you, maybe. Again with the twins business? You think the audience will let you get away with using the same gimmick twice in in a row? If you do not believe him, Defense, why not investigate yourself? Though I'm sure your efforts will prove to be thoroughly fruitless. Yeah, I guess the twins theory is a little far-fetched. No one will ever do twins. That's ridiculous. Ah, his alibi really is airtight.
I believe we've heard enough. While I believe the witness does indeed harbor some ill will against the defendant, there is no reason to doubt that he was at the TV station at the time of the incident.
Yes, the facts prove it was impossible for the witness to have been involved with this crime. These last rites for the victim have dragged on long enough. The soul of the victim himself is so bored that it is resting on top of your honor's head.
Oh, it is?
Don't scare the judge like that.
The time has come. Let us punish the sinner and guide the victim's soul to the Twilight Realm.
Apollo, Trusu will be thrown in prison and will be out of a job. But if you catch tasty fishies, will you sell me some at a good price?
I told you, I have absolutely zero intention of going off on a tuna boat.
Think, Justice, you have to figure this out. Well, it's no use. I can't find a single flaw. So what now? I mean, with enough evidence, we could probably try the whole $3 million debt contract thing. I think we'd be fine with that. Like, literally 2 different instances of the same handwriting? Someone will take that. Like, look at that. That looks illegal. Now, we could disprove this. However, I'm pretty sure I don't want Trucy to die and Phoenix to be put into a spiral depression. So that's probably not good. He also may, I don't know, maybe he could still win. He has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Behold my never-ending magic show. Come for the awe-inspiring swordsmanship of the great Mr. Roos, and stay for my grand illusion until the end of time.
Stop laughing at me.
Wait, is he saying we're still trapped inside some sort of illusion of his? That's what professional magicians do. They make their audience see something that isn't really there. In other words, you make us see illusions, right? We call it misdirection. While we keep you busy believing one thing, we're busy making something else happen. What we say is there really isn't, and what we say isn't, there actually is. Could it be? You know what, Mr. Rettens? I guess we have all been spectators to the elaborate illusion you've prepared for us. An illusion that has subtly turned our attention towards something you wanted us to see. What are you going on about, lad? Have you got something, Apollo? I just remembered something Trucy said about misdirection. What a magician says is there really isn't, and what they say isn't there actually is. Isn't there actually is. If we've all been taken for a ride by Mr. Rettins' magic, then maybe he's made us see something that wasn't really there. It's time to rethink all of my assumptions about this case. What have we been made to believe was there when it actually wasn't? What have we taken to the absolute facts of this case? The coffee. The coffee is fake. If I reevaluate the validity of all these things, then just maybe... Adina, there's something uncanny about this case. Okay, what is it? Rettins' alibi. It's too perfect. That's true. It's impossible to break no matter how hard we try. But maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's exactly what he wants us to think. I'm not following. We're not making any headway here because we've been so focused on breaking his alibi. Oh, I think I get it. You're saying he's using misdirection on us, right? That's true. We're focusing too much on the alibi. Let's just sort of focus on the other stuff, like the murder itself. It's definitely a possibility.
Would the French care to share with everyone what it's discussing over there?
Your Honor, we believe that if we were to reconsider a certain assumption, we may finally arrive at the truth. In fact, I think we'll even finally see who's hiding behind the curtain, so to speak.
And what is this certain assumption you're thinking of?
This is the one key assumption we've been taking for granted this whole time. The Rettins' guilt. Culprit was on the scene. Crime scene. Okay, so we're now really focusing on the culprit being on the scene. Or we focus about the crime scene itself. What if he was already dead by the time this all happened? What if it happened somewhere else? The actual scene of the crime wasn't the theater, but the TV station. If Mr. Rettins brought the victim's body to the theater after the fact... Wait, okay, maybe this isn't... I don't like this line of thinking. Foolish lawyer. Don't call me foolish. You're not her. Well, that's true. Then what about the body you witnessed during the show? Don't you know it's rude to ask how a trick is done, Professor Professor? What? Prosecutor Sabmati?
And don't you know it's rude to make a far-fetched claim, Mr. Justice?
I'll brush up on courtroom manners 101. And again, just for you, Your Honor. Alright, so the murder could have really only taken place in the theater, which means... the culprit was on the scene. What if the culprit was somewhere other than the theater at the time of the crime? What if there was some way to commit the murder without actually being there? If that were the case, then Mr. Rettins' perfect alibi would become irrelevant.
Objection!
Objection! How could one person stab another to death with a sword without physically being there? Furthermore, we all saw what appears to be the culprit's shadow in the footage.
Objection!
Objection! But couldn't we just easily assume that the shadow does not belong to the culprit?
But if it's not a culprit, then whose is it?
I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track. We've all seen something that looks like this shadowy shape before, Your Honor, during the magic show itself.
In that case, please point it out in the show footage for us.
This is the thing that looks suspiciously similar to the shadowy figure of the culprit. Alright, here we go. Wait for it. Should be coming up here. There it is.
Take that!
It's Mr. Hat. They murdered him. Doesn't Shadow resemble the suspicious shadowy figure?
How did you mention it? It does, doesn't it?
Miss Wright, could you identify this shadow to the court? Let's see, I believe that's Mr. Hat's shadow. It's from when he's being pulled up from the stage to the catwalk overhead by wire. Could this shadow that's shown later in the footage be Mr. Hat too? No. That's not possible. After Mr. Hat was pulled up to the catwalk, he stayed up there. In other words, this second shadow is from some other figure being pulled up.
Some other figure? I'm afraid you'll need to be more specific than that, Mr. Justice.
He's right. We've come this far. I just have to figure it out from the clues I have on hand.
What is the second shadow shown in the footage?
The fire bucket. No. The sword? Oh, wait, no, I remember now. The body.
Take that!
Oh, was the body, like, tied to something? The person? And then pulled up and into a sword? If we consider what was happening on the stage at the time, there is only one answer. The shadow belonged to the fake Mr. Roos. In other words, Mr. Man of Mystery.
The victim?
Please take a look at the prank plan script. Mr. Mystery was to pretend to be dead and then fly up into the air after that. Isn't that right, Mr. Wrens? Indeed. And what of it? I contend that that's exactly what happened. The victim was wearing a stunt harness around his waist. It was most likely attached to a stunt wire so that he could be pulled up into the air.
So you're suggesting that after pretending to be dead in a coffin, the victim flew up into the air, just as the prank script says?
Exactly. We just couldn't see him flying up because the dragon was blocking our view. And that last trick, ladies and gentlemen, is the true piece of resistance of the culprit's murderous magic show.
Oh, he's sweating.
Don't tell me. You've got it all figured out? Yes, I think so. If we can just look beyond Mr. Rettens' last bit of misdirection, we should finally be able to see the real truth. The victim must have pulled up to the catwalk, just like Mr. Hat. And hit the cushioning. Up there, with considerable force. I just have to figure out what else happened up there at that time.
Are you ready to elaborate, Mr. Justice?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready.
In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly up into the air like that?
To murder him! Just why did the culprit have to fly the victim? Have the victim fly up after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die? When he was only pretending to be dead in the coffin. If we can figure out these two questions, how these two questions relate, the answer should become clear.
Could it be?
Mr. Mystery must have thought he was still part of the prank. when he appeared on stage. He probably didn't suspect a thing as he was being pulled into the air. After Miss Wright was called backstage, and just as the set piece fell, the culprit had already planted the real murder weapon in the cushion in the catwalk. It was probably a knife or a blade of some sort. What? You mean? Yes, it really was a magical murder. Just as the prank script said, Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air and straight into a blade there in the catwalk. Oof. What a way to go. In other words, this murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick. What? Remotely? Do you think this method, it wouldn't matter where Mr. Rettens was at the time of death? He looks so silly with his like in shorts and t-shirt and a cape. How exactly does it work, Mr. Justice? Look at this 3D space. Just before the murder occurred, the dragon set piece was up in the catwalk. It and Mr. Man of Mystery were connected to each other by a wire at the time. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall, which caused Mr. Mystery to rocket straight up and into the blade in the cushion. The cushion was high up enough to be hidden from the audience's view. That's why nobody saw the blade. Oh, then that big gash in Mr. Hat's cape. The blade must have been set up overhead sometime before the magic show. Mr. Hat must have been slashed by it too when he was pulled up the cushion. Hold it! I can't believe it. I had no idea. I was told that Tracy would freak out if I made the set piece fall. That's the only reason I did it. You were used, Betty. Roger Rettens used you. I thought he was my little puppet to boss around. But it was the other way around. Oh, I actually got confused. That was Bonnie. Damn it. After the incident occurred, Mr. Rettens arrived at the theater. He got the murder weapon and swapped the rubber sword with the bloodied steel one. That's also when he lowered the victim's body down to the stage. But how do you have time to do all that? When the set piece fell, the audience was evacuated from the building. He was able to do all those things after the fact because there was no one around to see. Horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show. That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off. As long as the show proceeded as it was scripted, Mr. Mystery was doomed to die. That's why it was you, Mr. Rettens, who killed the victim, all the way from the TV station. This prank plan, or should I say, murder plan, proves your murderous intent. Grammy! Stop! Stop talking. Thank you, Mr. Matt Mercer, but what does this mean? Enough. You dim-witted, ignorant, imbecilic, putrid red pepper. You can't possibly have a counter-argument to make. To be honest, you could just say that Trucy did all these things. Talk about not knowing when to let it go and move on. Do you have a rebuttal or something, Prosecutor Sadmati? No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk, which means you have no evidence to support your theory. Mr. Rettens retrieved it after the fact. But like it was louder. Which still leaves you with no way to prove your widely fantastic remote murder theory. But... Without proof, does it not make more sense to believe the murder was committed there on stage? That's where the bloodstained sword was found after all. That is a very good point. As the only person who could have committed the crime there on that stage, Juicy Wright remains the prime suspect. It would appear that what you call truth is little more than a cheap parlor trick. In the end, you have done nothing to prove the accused's innocence. It is time to at last to let it go and move on. Are you seeing this Magnifi Grammary? My magic is exacting punishment on your granddaughter. The Grammary name is done for. Apollo, we need to hit them with a decisive piece of evidence here. I know, that's just what I was thinking. But, I don't know if I have anything. Maybe the book. Mr. Justice, do you or don't you have anything to prove that the witness committed this remote murder you proposed? Of course I do, Your Honor. This entire incident was carried out exactly according to the script. Right, so theoretically, there should be no evidence for us to find or use. Which means our best bet is to see if something unscripted happened. There's gotta be something Rettens couldn't have foreseen. And once I find it, that's how I'll expose his murderous trick. Get ready, Mr. Rettens, because I'm about to reveal the secret to your magic. There are no tricks or gimmicks here. Just some good old-fashioned logic. Yeah! I'm glad this made a return. It's a fun little mechanic. As long as the magic show went as scripted, the murder would have happened without fail. But my guess is... Didn't Bonnie accidentally mess up her cue? So, I mean, that could cause something. Everything in this case was carefully planned so that no evidence would be left behind. Still, one thing happened that definitely wasn't in the plan. What part of the magic show wasn't part of the original script? Bonnie's mistake. Oh my god. I'm fucking going into hyperdrive, baby. This logic dive's going crazy. It's weird I can't go on I can't do like sick tricks with skateboard though. Bonnie made a mistake during Trucy's escape trick. What mistake did Bonnie make during the magic trick? Her life choices! Really? What is a magician? If you really consider... No, I should never say a person's life choices are a mistake. I'm sure she can be a great magician someday if she works hard at it. Good luck, Bonnie. Anyway, getting back to the case. What was it that Bonnie did during Trucy's escape trick? Oh, damn. God damn it. Oh, that was such a funny... Alright, I'm glad that was a trophy. Alright. Yeah, Mr. Hat's positioning. I'm also glad that Apollo understands that. No, she could be a great magician. She's doing a good job. Really hanging in there, right? Trying her best. Because Bonnie placed Mr. Hat to the right of the coffin instead of the left. Trucy had to reappear on the side of the coffin opposite to the one in the show's script. The culprit didn't know that when he first arrived at the theater. Which means he was bound to make a slip-up when he tampered with the crime scene. Oh, the opposite siding thing! Which part of the culprit's cover-up attempt was affected by Trucy's new position? The fingerprints of the coffin! Oh, damn it, no. No, that's not right. Even if Trucy's position changed, that wouldn't affect the placement of the fingerprints on the outside of the coffin. Besides, Trucy didn't even leave any fingerprint. No, I meant inside. But okay. So in that case... blood in the coffin hole! The blood was on the wrong side of the coffin too. Thinking Trucy had appeared on the left, the culprit must have put blood in the left hole. But the blood was eventually discovered in the right hole during the police investigation. If the killer had originally put the blood on the left side, that means he must have tampered with the scene again, afterwards to make it line up with the facts. To make the crime scene consistent with the facts, the culprit must have... Oh. That's why it was reversed. He swapped the sides of the coffin. The culprit swapped the coffin sides. That's right. The left and right panels of the coffin are interchangeable. The culprit must have switched the two panels to make the bloodstain fit the facts. But the switch might have also given a rise to something unnatural. Oh, I remember now. There was something unnatural about the coffin. And it's just the evidence I need. Sorry, Mr. Renz, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt. Another bluff, is it? There's no way you have anything of that kind. My magic is... Objection! No, there are tricks and gimmicks to it. Just like any other illusion. What? After the murder, you switched the left and right panels of the coffin, didn't you? And because you did, you left behind something very unnatural for us to find. This proves Roger Rettens tampered with the crime scene after the murder took place. Where's the fingerprints?
Take that!
The fingerprinting results? What about the fingerprints is unnatural? Let's take a look at the prints the victim left inside the coffin, shall we? If the victim was facing forward in the coffin, his prints should have looked like this. However, what we found was... what we found was they were facing the opposite direction. It's quite unnatural for the prints to be facing this way. Wouldn't you agree?
It is strange, isn't it? But how did it get this way?
They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to script. The culprit thought that Mr. Hat would be on the left side of the coffin. And that Miss Wright would also pop up on the left side of the coffin, as per the show's script. He then assumed she had thrust the sword into the hole on the left side of the coffin. That's why he put blood in the left hole when he was trying to cover up his crime. But sometime after leaving the bloodstain, the culprit must have realized his mistake. He found out that due to Bonnie's mistake, Mr. Hat was to the right side of the coffin. Also, because it's not using the coffin's perspective, I keep getting tripped up. It's like, to the right side of the coffin. It's like, well, if we flip it around, I guess it would technically... the front facing, and it would be to the coffin's left, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I keep thinking of staging, because it's like, this is stage left, that's stage right. Their right, or their left, or I don't know. It's fine. Also, look at Bonnie's fucking face again. It's just like, oh! And that, despite the script, Miss Wright had thrust the sword into the hole on the right. In short, the hole with the blood in it was on the side opposite the one that Trucy used. To make the blood's location fit the facts, he had to tamper with the evidence yet again. So he tried to cover his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels.
Oh! And that's how the fingerprints of the coffin ended up backwards.
because the culprit switched the two side panels around. The prints ended up facing the opposite direction. But instead of going to all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood and redo it on the other side? I'm afraid that wouldn't have worked, Your Honor, because of a little something called luminol testing.
Oh, right! Luminol, I almost forgot. Luminol can detect trace amounts of blood even if it's been wiped away, right?
That's right. Wiping the blood away would have only served as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Rettins? I did a pretty good job figuring out your trick, didn't I? Objection. But we still don't have proof that this proves anything, that he was involved.
Juicy Wright could have done the same just as easily. You have no proof that it was the witness who tampered with the evidence.
Objection! Ah, but I do have proof.
What?
A person who was in the magic show would never have made the mistake of putting blood on the wrong side. Least of all Miss Wright, who surely would have remembered she was on the other side.
Oh my, you're absolutely right! Why, you impudent.
That is true. She wouldn't have made that mistake. I'm sure you would realize now, Prosecutor Sudmati, that your claim that Miss Wright is the culprit just doesn't hold up. You and your accused are Objection! Really? Miss Wright and I? Because I think you're the one with a ticket there for trying to convict an innocent girl! Oh! Hit him by the... Oh, goodness! Yo, dude, you good?
Prosecutor Sudmati, are you alright?
As for the true culprit, he is someone who knew how the show was supposed to go, didn't actually see it, and someone who had the chance to tamper with a crime scene after the incident, and the only person who fits the bill is you, Roger Rettins, aka Mr. Roos.
Gramarye!
All of the secrets to your tricks have been revealed. And with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show has been cancelled permanently! I thought he said cancelled it. Yelled it there. All of my secrets have been revealed, you say? Huh. Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is the true real magic. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the true power of the great Mr. Roos. Witness the magic greater than troop Gramarye's. Crumble. Fall to my furious flames. The great Mr. Roos will bring an end to you all. And now for the final heir to the Gramarye name, right here, right now, you too shall be... No, this isn't right. Oh, he's losing his mind. No, I didn't do anything wrong. No, it's not my fault. I'm not the one to blame. I'm the victim here. What? Stop. No. Curse you, Gramarye! There he goes. I can't believe Prosecutor's dad mod fucking died. And this man also died. Oh no! Curse those Gramaryes. It's all because of them. Even now, they wound me. Curse them all to the abyss! Do you really hate us that much? It's like, you didn't even want to, like, talk about our issues? You could have just, like, you know, sit down. We could have some tea or something. I don't know why you did this crazy shit. Does your hatred run that deep? Deep enough to kill an innocent man?
You're damn right. You have no idea what humiliations I had to suffer. Your grandfather, Magnifique Grammar, kicked me out after I got hurt practicing my magic. He said I was too unskilled, that I would mess up on stage.
I mean, he didn't want you to get hurt, dude. You literally scarred yourself right there on your arm.
He threw me out of the troupe just because he was worried about his own reputation. Since I was but a child, it was always my dream to become a great magician. Magnifique, he took it all from me.
I mean, you became a great magician anyway, my dude. You kind of went a little insane here. But that's no excuse. That's no reason to do something so evil. Magic's supposed to make people happy, not used as means for murder.
What's the big deal? I just used what I had available to me.
That's all. I get it now. That attitude toward magic is why my grandfather kicked you out. You? You don't deserve to call yourself a magician.
Oh, damn.
Don't deserve?
I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic. Were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you would be on your way to prison as we speak.
You're right. I didn't see through your tricks.
You see? So in the end, Troop Grammar was defeated by the great Mr. Roos. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Chusi right. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn!
Are they about to fight?
Take that, Grammary! You lose!
If anyone needs to learn to let it go and move on, it's this guy. Dude, you already became a magician. You kind of went crazy. You could have just moved on with your life.
This court and my prison can both burn in the flames of my creation. Bailiff, take Mr. Renz away. And pick a fire extinguisher to be safe. Use the fire bucket that they didn't use. It looks like we've reached the end. I feel as though I've been watching a grand magic show.
It's close, but we just barely made it through somehow. Huh? Why did Juicy look so down? Because their family tree's kind of fucked up.
Miss Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm about to announce my verdict. Could I see that wonderful smile of yours? That smile of a true entertainer as I do.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Juicy Wright,
Not guilty!
Yay! Woo!
There she goes! We saved her! Phoenix would be so proud.
Court is adjourned.
April 28th. District Court, defendant lobby number 3. Thank you for everything, Polly. Oh, Juicy, gracia Dio. I don't know what that one was. Now you can open your show tomorrow, just as planned. Yep, it's all thanks to you two. Oh, but now that Mr. Roos is gone, I'll need to find somebody to replace him. Are you looking at me that way? What? Huh? I don't like the way she's looking at me. Oh no.
Tracy, I'm so sorry about everything.
Hey, what are you apologizing for? Roger Ritten's used us. We're victims too. He even made me an accomplice to murder.
But Betty, you have to take some of the blame for this too, you know? Even if we didn't know he was planning to kill Mr. Mystery, we did cooperate with him. It's all my fault, isn't it?
Neither of one of you is to blame. The only one in the wrong is the person who used magic to commit murder. Roger Rettens. Don't you think I know that? Say what you want, but I don't think for a second. Don't think for a second that I still don't hate you, Baka. I guess she really does hate me. Juicy, read between the lines.
But Betty, why? You used to be a huge fan of Trucy's.
Hey, shut up! I always hated her.
Really? But if we hadn't seen Trucy's magic show, we never would have tried to become professional magicians ourselves, right?
Speak for yourself.
But Betty, you still have her autograph.
Shut up! Is she acting that way this whole time because she secretly loves Juicy? Wow, Juicy. I never knew that being the best could be so tough. Come on, Bonnie. We're leaving. We have to get ready for tomorrow's show.
You're really excited about performing with
That's not true, so zip it, dummy. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with those two? What the hell is wrong with them?
Polly, do you think I really am a naive greenhorn?
Huh? No way. She's not. Look at that sick ass fire. Well, he could have done some cool fire tricks with that, though. It's fine. You just trusted the dude. You were like, oh, you know, it's cool. He's just coming to help us out. Juicy, don't tell me you're taking what Retton said to heart. This is the time where I have to present an evidence because I don't know what to say.
Well, maybe a little. I didn't see through his tricks, and I let myself be taken in by his magic. I can't trust myself anymore. Maybe he was right to call me a greenhorn.
Oh no. You shouldn't take stock in his words. He doesn't even know the first thing about you.
Huh?
You're a wonderful grammary magician. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you, Apollo. Well, what makes you say that?
I know you're a wonderful grammary magician because of this. The notebook? You always smile. You're so good at it. The script.
Take that!
Take this notebook.
My grandfather's notebook.
He also kept this. The Grammary Creed. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. When you performed your magic trick in court today, you showed the world your dedication to your troop's creed. Even through all the jeering, you kept a smile on your face and won the crowd over. You're everything Magnifique could have hoped for in an heir. You're a great magician, Trucy.
A great magician. Me?
You really are. That's why you don't have to worry what Retton said.
Oh, Polly. Thank you. Still, I couldn't have done it without you. I would have lost my nerve if I'd been alone up there. But I was able to keep on smiling because of you.
Me?
I remembered what you said to me in the detention center.
After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right?
Yes, I remember doing it.
And I just know it wasn't your fault, Josie.
But how can you say that? You don't have any proof it was me. I mean, I know you're a great lawyer, Polly, but...
I believe in you, Trucy. And I believe in your skill as a professional magician. So I'm going to prove your innocence. Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Your words are what kept me going.
Oh.
Apollo? Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Now I can be everything I was meant to be.
Trucy's real smile is the best. I'm so glad I could help make that happen.
Emma! Oh, don't feel bad. You did your best.
Emma? I'm really sorry, Trucy, for everything.
But why?
Sad eating snackoos. It's depressing. Let's take a photo of this. Her eating snackoos, sadly.
Well, I wasn't able to convince Prosecutor Sadmati what a good person you are. And I had to testify against you too. You have nothing to apologize for. You were just doing your job. You're too kind. Oh, I don't know about... Huh? Is something wrong, Emma? Oh!
Oh! Hey, yo, dude, what up? Prosecutor Sadmati, what are you doing here? Detective Sky.
Yes?
I require your forensic expertise in order to close this case. Come, let us go. Wait! Prosecutor Sadmati! The trial is over, Mr. Justice. You and I are strangers once more, with no further need to interact. Strangers? Have you really forgotten all about me?
What?
Dun dun dun! You really changed, Nayuta. Telling me to let it go and stuff. What happened to you? Oh, lawyer of impure soul. I have nothing to say to the likes of you. Are you serious, Nayuta? Now, if you'll excuse me. There he goes.
What was that all about, Apollo?
No, I'm thinking about it. Paula, don't tell me that that guy is your Edgeworth. Don't tell me he's your Miles Edgeworth and you were like, oh, we had a moment. We were childhood best friends and then he like saved me. And then I was like, oh man, I should become a lawyer because of it.
How do you know Prosecutor Sadmati?
Let's just say we're old acquaintances.
Acquaintances? It seems something more like that than that.
Yeah, well,
You don't like to talk about your past, do you?
because you always change the subject. I guess I'll have to talk about it someday. But for now, come on, let's forget about the past and celebrate Trucy's future.
Sure. If you say so.
Hey, it's Mr. Wright. Yeah, he kind of wants to know if his daughter is in prison and he lost his law office.
Put him on speakerphone, Apollo.
What's up, Mr. Wright? Apollo! How's Trucy? What happened at the trial? Did you get a guilty verdict? Mr. Wright, slow down. Everything's fine.
Hi, Daddy, I'm okay now.
She was found not guilty in a very dramatic turnabout.
Plus, we saved the office. It was a great victory for Apollo.
Oh, that's a load off my mind. I can't thank you enough, Apollo. Now I know I can trust you to hold down the fort anytime. Me? Really? Yes, you. You're a real full-fledged lawyer now in my eyes. A full-fledged lawyer? I still can't wrap my mind around it. Thank goodness you were there to take care of everything. And thank you, Apollo. No need to go that far, boss. Especially not in front of everyone. Although, you're gonna give me a raise. Oh, and by the way, I won't be able to make it to tomorrow's show. So I was hoping you could go. You'll do that for me, won't you?
Of course. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Full-fledged.
So Daddy asked you to come to tomorrow's show, huh? As my assistant, right?
Huh? No. He just asked me to go cheer you on.
Okay, then I'll be sure to save you the best seat in the house, Polly.
The best seat in the house? I really appreciate it. But
They're good. Then it's settled.
question mark? You're gonna be part of this fucking act whether you want to or not.
Objection!
Objection! I should have known! Oh no! This was what she meant!
Magical Girl Trucy Wright will now perform the greatest illusion yet. There are no tricks or gimmicks here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real magic.
Wait a minute. You're kidding, right? There is a trick or gimmick, right? I'm too young to die!
Now then, Mr. Hat, you know what to do with that sword.
No, wait. Stop! No!
And that is how Trucy in Grammaryland ended on a rousing high note. With a big round of applause and Polly's ear-splitting screams.
What kind of ending is that? R.I.P. Apollo. There's the full image. The end. What a surprising case. Mostly cause it was only one trial day. But I think it did a good job, despite the funny fact of twins being a thing. At one point, just like, I have a secret twin. That was very funny. But they had very good, interesting characters. They had a very good, interesting emotional hook. Making Trucy the main character of this plot line, which is very nice. As Trucy's one of my favorite characters, so it was good to see her go through a lot. It is a little silly that they were like, oh yeah, no, we're just gonna add another grammar magician. He was right there on the left. He was always there. I'm like, okay, sure. My crack theory that he is secretly Apollo's dad may not be true. Maybe it is. They never unconfirmed it. He's still alive. That would be funny if it is the case. Yeah, no, it was a very interesting case. I think it was a good case. A lot of fun characters. Yeah. Look, the new prosecutor, very different from the other prosecutors. Very more calm, more more magical, mystical. He's cool so far. I like it. It is very weird also that I guess I have heard that you are switching perspectives here. It's like one case is Phoenix, and then we go back to the other gang in the quote unquote states. And then go back to Phoenix, so I'm assuming that's next. As Maya! Yeah, we could see Maya again! Oh man, it's been so long. It's been literal years. Before we go, apparently there are costumes. I forgot to check those out. Why don't we check those out? Oh my god, look at this. That's fantastic. We have School Days Apollo Justice. And Trey Bien Athena Sykes. She's never been to that place before. Very cute though. Yeah, not wearing those right now though. I'm just gonna keep those on. Maybe we'll put them on for the DLC case. Very distracting. Other than that though, that's it. Fun case. Fun times. I think 2.5 hours is a pretty good stream.